Hello, General. Somebody asked me what will be my favorite job all times. What would I like to be, or what I wanted to be when I was growing up, and what is it that I would like to do now? And I thought about it, and there has always been something constant that I like to do since I was a child. My mother, she was a very religious person. She was extremely religious person. To the fact that in the entire town where we live, my brother and I, and just a few other kids, attended Roman Catholic Church. We attend the church every weekend, and we were involved in the community. Now you have to understand that at the time, this was persecuted, so we were at the center of that persecution. So it made us extremely strong, and make us learn how to defend ourselves and how to communicate that defensive mode, if you will, and that shaped my desire of what is it that I wanted to do or accomplish, if you will. And this is since childhood. Remember that we were trained since very, very small age to be part of a continuation of our family, of our society, of our band, of our gang, or our ethnicity. We were Roman Catholics, and we went to church to learn how to become Roman Catholics. So I was a what they call a monaguillo, or an altar boy, since early age, and I learned how to read Latin. I learned how to read the Bible. I went to catechism and so on. So as I grew up, my father, he was when he was young, he was a policeman, and then he became a judge. So it was a confrontation in between my mother's side and my father's side of the way they lived their life, they saw their life. My father, he was extremely, how can I say, involving in the shape of the community, in realism, what was real and what was not. And my mother, it was the opposite. She was involved in the abstract, in God, in the shape of how human accept a guidance, if you will, from something no human. So I learned the two at the very early age, and I learned about the Trinity, and I learned about Constantine the Great, and I learned about Triano, and I learned about Jesus Christ, and I learned about the history of our family during that period. And something caught my attention, and that was the schisms of 1054. When the Christians divided. So I never understood that. So I wanted to be a airplane pilot. That was always in my mind. I wanted to fly airplanes, because I saw those tiny little airplanes flying all over the place, and they were military airplanes. and I wanted to be a ship captain, and I wanted to be a driver, a truck driver. I used to see these big trucks driving by my house, and I say one day I'm going to be driving one of those. And also I wanted to be the Pope. that sounds like crazy, but at an early age I wanted to be the Pope. And I tell you why, how I came out with that idea of that or how my human reflexes were conditioned at that early age. The Archobispo, or the how can you say, the head of the Roman Catholic Church visited the church that I was attending, and this church was in a little town named Caimito. That actually means a star of fruit. You can look it up. Caimito, Cuba, or star fruit, Cuba, the island of Cuba. So he came to visit the church, see how things were going, and this man became later a cardinal, and he also was a family member or a close related to Savino. There was my grand how can I say, protector, if you will, and he was my brother's godfather, Savino. Now you have to understand that Savino is the name of the Italian tribe, the Savinos. He was an Italian. Of course, he was born in Cuba, but he was an Italian, just like today Pope Francis is. So I saw this man in front of me, and we kissed his ring, and of course right away I understood the power of this guy. I understood how powerful he was, and how everyone listened and everyone paid attention to him. And I decided that I'm going to do exactly that, and I start practicing. So I used to help the preacher, and we read from the Bible, and we, did all these rituals at the church, in the Roman Catholic Church. Now you have to understand that the people at the church was a small crowd. It was not a large crowd, because it was basically illegal going to the church. It was persecuted. But I say, well, the preacher or the father, if you will, when he reads from the Bible, he asks everyone to stand. And so I said, well, I'm going to mimic that. And every time they send me to read, I say to the population, and this, at the mass, and I read to them, and I say, let us stand up in the word of God. And that was amazing. People would stand up as my command, and that is what I really enjoy, was commanding. Just telling people what to do. This is a very early age. I mean, I was like dreaming all this, but it works. So I gained that experience of being able to tell people what to do and how to clarify them, and make them listen, even when they wanted to strangle me in some cases. So that is something constant. They always have been. Everything else I have accomplished that I was dreaming when I was a child, and right now I'm living that dream that I formulated during childhood. So there's only one thing left, is become the Pope. and that is kind of actually unattainable. I don't think I can ever obtain that, and very few people on the planet have obtained that. But I think that it still remains with me, and the reason that I want that job, in my mind I want that job, is to unite the Christians, is to fix that I learned when I was a child, to fix the schism, the division in between the East Roman Empire and the Western Roman Empire, and to unite all these craziness of Protestants ideas, and show the people what really religion is about. And religion is not about God, it's about us, it's about how we commune, how we have a guidance that is called the creed. And I would love to explain to people what is the creed, the Christian creed, and what Constantine have done for all of us, for humanity, and explain to people that. Of course, I don't have the ability, like Mr. Pope Francis have, or all the rest of the popes have, but it is the only job that I would love to actually do, that I know that I will never have the possibility of doing it. But that is what I wanted to do when I was a child, and that is, the way I communicated right now to you guys. They ask me, well, what is the best, what is the job that I would like to do, or the job that I'm dreaming of doing. But you never know. God is an amazing thing, so you just never ever know. So I think it will be amazing. It will be amazing for anyone, any human, to have that job. And I believe today Pope Francis from Argentina is doing an amazing job. He's doing a great job, in my opinion. I will solve the problem with celibacy, the schism, the unity of all these Protestant ideas, and I will start a campaign of unity among the Christians, without breaking any jurisdictions. Basically, I will tell the Christians, each individual of you are you are who you are, and God have no interest whatsoever in controlling you. So there you have it. The Roman Catholic Church has been here for over 2,000 years, and when I say the Roman Catholic Church, I talking about the West and the East, the Greek Orthodox and the Western Roman Empire. So long live all the gods. Saludos.